Here.
Councilman Reimer.
Here.
Councilwoman Walker.
Here.
Mayor Mullins.
Those of you who are here, please stand. Councilman Ryman, lead us in a word of prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day you've given us and to watch Carol over, give us health and strength so we could be here this evening. We ask you to be with us in our meeting tonight. Each thing is said and done. These things we ask in your name and amen.
Please remain standing and pledge allegiance. Margie.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lilly. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. City's monthly financial statement, Councilman Sabol.
Make a motion to accept the financial statement and financials as presented for filing.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lilly. Any discussion on this one? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Petitions, communications, and public hearing. Item A, if you'd read the proclamation, please, Margie.
This is a proclamation for Christian Heritage Week in South Charleston, November the 22nd through the 28th, 2020, as proclaimed by Mayor Frank A. Mullins, Jr. To the people of South Charleston, whereas Thanksgiving Week marks the 29th consecutive Christian Heritage Week in West Virginia observance, thus continuing a tradition of annual proclamations beginning with the Governor Gaston Caperton in 1992 through 1996, and continued by Governor Cecil Underwood from 1997 through 2000, Governor Bob Wise from 2001 through 2004, and Governor Joe Manchin from 2005 through 2010, and Governor Earl Ray Tomblin from 2011 through Jim Justice in 2017 through 2020, and whereas 220 mayors from 135 cities, towns, and villages throughout the state of West Virginia have proclaimed Christian Heritage Week since 2001, and whereas local churches are asked to participate with relevant Sunday school lessons, sermons, patriotic song services, youth programs, and prayer meetings. Now therefore let it be known that I, Frank A. Mullins, Jr., Mayor of the City of South Charleston, West Virginia, do hereby proclaim that November the 22nd through the 28th, 2020 is Thanksgiving Week, hereby proclaimed as Christian Heritage Week in the City of South Charleston, and I invite all citizens to join in this local event in each in their own way.
Is there a motion to approve our annual proclamation?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman DeFilippo. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, proclamation.
Was the for opposed?
There was no opposed, no. Oh, there's a little delay.
Hello.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
delay,
I got
yes,
you.
sometime. We're good. It was unanimous. Okay, item B, if you'd read the resolution, please, Margie.
Resolution authorizing city officials to take any and all actions necessary to apply for and accept grants from the United States Department of Environmental Protection Agency for the City of South Charleston as a partner with the Kanawha County Commission as the lead applicant.
Rick, you want to comment on this real quick?
Yeah, this is a brownfields grant to do an assessment of properties that may not be able to be put back into economic viability without some additional work. As an example, one of them could be like Rich Oil down in Spring Hill. It has tanks that were abandoned. They need to be removed. So this would do the study and cost estimates, and it may lead to, it's a phase one grant that does those assessments, and then it may lead to the ability for the property owner to apply for help to do that type of work. And of course, we have the FMC site that's behind Dutch Miller and Rite Aid or Walgreens is a brownfield site. And, but that, and it's going to be us, City of Charleston, the Charleston Area Alliance, and the Kanawha County Commission, and they're going to be the ones that are lead applicant and do all the work on it. But, you know, we have to be a joint applicant, so this resolution allows us to do that.
Okay, is there a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Lilly. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Thank you all. Item C is to recognize Mr. Larry Pack, who's running for the House of Delegates. Mr. Pack, come to the microphone and say hello to everybody.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Thanks so much for the opportunity to come and say hello and introduce myself a little bit. Just take a couple minutes. Grew up in Eastern Indiana, Kanawha County, East Bank graduate, at West Virginia Tech. Spent many years as a CPA practicing in Charleston. Also spent 6 years at City of Marmet being treasurer and recorder in City of Marmet. So I learned a lot about municipal government and all the stuff that you guys deal with, and appreciate your service. And in the last 25 years, the Lord's led me into the healthcare business and the home health business, skilled nursing, and hospice. Had offices down in South Charleston probably the last 15 years, so we love being down here. My office is now in Kanawha City, but we have a group on 6th Avenue that just loves being in South Charleston, love being part of the community. I'm running really to bring a business perspective to the legislature. There's not a lot of business folks in the legislature, definitely not a lot of business folks with the experience that I have. I think there's one CPA in the entire legislature, and they go through a lot of money. And it's all about bringing jobs back to Kanawha County, trying to get some population growth. We've had a lot of population shrinking, and I'd love to be able to help the city of Charleston in your efforts. There's no question this is the most dynamic city in Kanawha County, and just love to help you guys as you keep trying to find ways to bring jobs and keep jobs in South Charleston. Love to do that throughout the county. Again, I appreciate your time, appreciate what you're doing, and love to have your support, but thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Larry. Want to see if anybody has any questions? Anybody have any questions for Larry?
I don't have any questions, but I say I've known Larry for 10 years. He's one of the finest people I've ever met. He's an awesome businessman, a good family man, and has a great head on his shoulders. So he'd be an awesome delegate.
Thank you, Michael. Anybody else have any questions or comments for Larry?
He took care of our mom was at the nursing home, and he was always there helping him. If nothing else, just a smile, Larry. He'd come by and just give me a smile. He said,
Yeah.
Ken's gonna be okay about it. I don't know how many times you've done that, but it was a lot. And I want you to know that's what makes a business person. Appreciate you.
It's an honor to take
appreciate
care of
you.
your mom.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Thank you, Larry. Appreciate you coming by.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to consideration of these bids. Councilman Cybo.
We have a consideration of a recovery grant. I'd like to make a motion for the city to transfer $100,000 to the Economic Development Authority to use in a matching grant program to serve the businesses that have spent money and whatnot during the COVID plan. And this is a way to do a 50-50 type matching grant for them to get their feet back on, or not necessarily get the feet back on the ground, but to do their improvements. And again, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the $100,000 transfer.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Flippo. This is something we had detailed discussion about in finance, so I appreciate y'all's support on this to help us share some of our finances with the business community. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any more questions or comments? It's a roll call vote, please.
Councilman Cybold,
Yes.
Councilman Wolford,
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo,
Yes.
Councilman Strider, Councilman Lilly,
Yes.
Councilman Reimer,
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker,
Yes.
Mayor Mullins.
Yes.
That's unanimous vote.
Hey, I have to say, I appreciate Adam's, I appreciate his dedication. I think he's driving home. So, be careful, Adam. Anyway, okay, anything else, Councilman?
No, sir, that's all this evening.
Okay, thank you. We're to department head reports. Department heads, anybody?
Yeah, I
Yes,
just want to
Michael.
report the notice of public hearing for the election ordinance. First publication was last Tuesday, second will be this coming Tuesday, and we're still set for the 19th to have that ordinance.
First reading?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're on the target,
19th of
November.
November, okay. Anybody else comment? Yes, Rick?
The ad for the fire station number 5, the building and the things that a contractor will do has been placed. Pre-bid is next week. It's gonna be at the LaBelle, so we can social distance, and they can make a presentation there, and then they'll go out for a site visit. The bids are due the 6th of November. They'll be presented the second meeting. You know, we got it lined up to meet I think the second meeting, and we also have a bid in for the spillway, emergency spillway construction at the Fly Ash Pond.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Anybody have any questions for Rick on that?
Oh, the 4th is the day after Election Day. Yeah, so it'll be our meeting on the 5th is when those bids will be presented.
Okay. Yeah. Department heads, anybody else? Council members, any questions for department heads or comments? Anybody?
I always do.
Go ahead, Councilman Sabo.
Is there a schedule for, well, let's go, leaf collection? Is there a set route, like maybe walk through my neighborhood?
Well, yes, there is a schedule, but like, for example, we go to Woodland, we can stay on Woodland.
I know that, yeah.
Wood for a week, but we try to hit one day and then move to the next day. It's supposed to be scheduled, but it is on the website,
Yeah,
and we try to stick to as much as we
I
can.
know a lot of people have been blowing leaves, piling leaves. I encourage them to bag them, it's a lot easier for you all, but, you know,
Not really, I mean, if they have a big pile, they just call it in, we'll try to help.
okay.
Yeah, they'll
And they
be
can
down
use the
after
app,
this
they can use the app for that too. I tell everybody to use the app, just let them know that you got what you got.
Yeah.
And-
Gerald's right, I can remember that. There's certain spots of the city where you can spend all day on one or two blocks. Woodland Avenue's one of them. I think Highland Avenue's one of them.
Highland and Superior.
What I remember,
Yeah.
there's some spots where, there's some where you don't hardly get anything at all.
Yeah, we're gonna work the leaf trucks on Saturdays just to try to help as much as we can.
I remember those days, Gerald.
We can stay on Woodland, Highland forever.
Anything else, Councilman?
No, sir, that was it.
Okay,
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Halloween, everything's set for it, right?
Yeah, it's still the same. I mean, I didn't
We talked
see,
about the last time.
yeah, it's still trick or treat, 5 to 7 on Saturday. I didn't see any real hard guidelines come out through the state, but, you know, we encourage people to be safe, and I think some of the safest way to do it is to sit outside with your mask and gloves on, and do it that way. And if you don't want to participate, just turn your lights out, close your door, and that's okay. That's all right. I mean, that's, you know, it is what it is.
I
But
never did anything away.
I did that last year.
yeah, so.
They bring candy, you want them to bring candy?
I hope everybody has a good time and stays safe, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, we don't have trick or treat police out there, but we'll try to make sure that everybody send a good message out. We'll put everything on our website, to make sure people know.
South Charleston High School's 2-0.
South Charleston High School's 2-0, yeah, they got 2 big
The
wins.
second win's the best win.
Yeah, exactly.
Second win was the best win, I
Yeah.
tell you, it really was. They're doing really good.
They're doing great.
Yeah, my
They're doing
grandsons
great.
help them, so that's
There
why I
you
know
go.
they are.
Yes, that's great.
But the turf is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
I know George Washington has new turf too, but I don't think it compares, that just that black and orange.
The
just
orange and black, that's what it is. They got the wrong colors.
It really does, it just stands out, and it's just beautiful, so,
Anyway, yeah.
yeah.
Anybody else have anything? Yes, Chief.
The library hosted that drive-through parade.
Yes.
For Fire Prevention Week, and that was a success. There's
Good.
probably about 40 cars that come through there, so we passed out a lot of stuff, they passed out a lot of stuff, so it went real well.
Did the church, the Nazarene have their block party at the high school too, the
It
drive
was
through?
actually, it was canceled.
Oh, that's right, it was canceled, yeah.
But they still had about 50 cars.
It's canceled because of the weather though, right? Yeah, they canceled because of the rain, yeah.
But they are gonna do it on Halloween night in their parking lot.
Okay, it's a drive-through type scenario as well, yeah. Okay. Try to do the best we can these times, folks, that's all we can do. Anybody else have anything? Questions, comments? Yes, Councilman Sidewalk.
Behind New Cali Taco and Soul Food Restaurant, a lot of people are using the back parking lot. Can we get some brighter lights on the alley to, since we're going into, the shorter nights. The one, for what I can understand, the owner from Cali Taco said, he's had some people say that it's awfully dark out there.
Well, that's AEP's
Okay,
lights, and so we could request to see if they can put,
Well, they have a program to put up LEDs.
yeah, but I think.
They're
they already did
expensive,
that.
they're more expensive, even though they use less electricity, but, they got their tariff approved to cover the cost of the installation. But in that area, we could have them put those in, because they're like $3 more a month. I mean, it's not horrible, but you wouldn't wanna do the whole city.
right.
One, it probably people would be mad because it'd be too bright, but in certain areas, I think they're, strategically, and,
But we could call Brandon and see
Yeah.
what he says.
See what he says.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll tell him you're working on it.
Yeah. Anybody else?
How about have a happy wedding weekend, Mayor?
I will, thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
What's the weather for us?
Snow.
Every minute
The
of it.
weather, trust me, we've been watching the weather every day, because everything's gonna be outside, so we can be safe, but it's supposed to be somewhere between 60 and 63 and sunny, so we should be good.
It's gonna snow.
Thank you all. Thanks, Kathleen.
That'd be good for you anyway, because you're gonna be warm that day.
Yeah.
The father of the bride always.
Anybody got anything else? Okay, thank you all very much. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? We adjourn. Thank you all. Be safe as always.